So John Wall has come to a mutual agreement with the Houston Rockets to have him traded. But the big question is, which team is going to be willing enough to trade for him? Let's talk about it. So right off the bat, this may be a hard trade to do for obvious reasons. The first being is John Wall's salary. John Wall's contract is for 2 years at around $44 million per year. This is a very huge contract for an aged player that has a history of being injured. With John Wall's salary, if a team wants to really trade for him, they'll have to give up a lot of players, which will result in them gutting their team, or risk losing a star player or a player with matching salaries. Some may say a remedy to this would be for John Wall and the Houston Rockets to agree to a buyout, but that will have John Wall giving up some of his guaranteed salary and becoming a free agent. And I don't think he wants to go that route. I don't think that would be smart for him to go that route either, because he is an injury-prone player. But aside from the salary problem, another issue is going to be his position at point guard. It's been reported that John Wall wants to be a starter, and he doesn't want to come off the bench. And this creates a dilemma because mostly every team in the NBA that is contending for a championship or a playoff position, they already have a star point guard. Now, if John Wall doesn't want to compete for a championship, there are plenty of teams that will probably want to go after John Wall, or should go after John Wall, because they're not doing anything anyway. But the problem is, John is getting up there in age, so I don't feel as though he wants to be on a team where you have to rebuild or build around him. He's going to want to go to a team that is a contender, that's competing for a championship, because he's already injury prone and he's not getting any younger. So I know at this point he wants to prove himself and rebuild his stock in the league. And in order for him to do that, the best team for him to get traded to would be the Los Angeles Clippers. So currently the Clippers do not have a starting point guard. They traded Pat Beverly and they lost Rondo in free agency. So I personally believe that John Wall would be a welcome addition to the Los Angeles Clippers to team up with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. And he will also be reuniting with DeMarcus Cousins, his running mate in Kentucky. John Wall's short-lived performance with the Houston Rockets showed that he has something left in the tank. And with the help of PG-13 and the Claw, it's only going to increase his chances of going the distance without getting injured. So the best trade that I could come up with, courtesy of the ESPN trade machine, not a plug or a paid advertisement, would be to have the Clippers, Rockets, and Thunder in a three-way trade. Now, I don't know if the Thunder would agree to be a part of this trade, but they certainly do have the cap space to make it happen. Now, to make this trade work for the Clippers to receive John Wall, the Clippers would have to give up at least 4 players. And I believe those 4 players should be Eric Bledsoe, Luke Kennard, Keon Johnson, and Zubac. With those 4 players from the Clippers, Eric Bledsoe and Zubac will be going to the Houston Rockets, and Luke Kennard and Keon Johnson will be going to the Oklahoma City Thunder. And the Clippers will be getting back John Wall and Darius Bazley. And this would be a successful trade. And with John Wall on the Clippers, this will definitely be a scoring team. John is great at, driving down the lanes. He can handle the ball. 3-point shot probably still needs a little bit of work. But he is a slasher. He's a driver. He can get you a bucket at any point. Now, the rest of this starting 5 is basically a lot of scorers here. Morris can score. We already know what PG and Kawhi can do. And, Ibaka has a shot outside as well as down low in presence, and he has defense along with Paul George and Kawhi. So I think this team will be pretty solid adding John Wall. It'll definitely be an upgrade because they really don't have anyone at that point guard position that's on his level, I would say. So if you guys have any other ideas of who might John Wall be traded to, let me know. Just comment in the comments. Let me know. I really want to know what you guys think. Right? It's not just me here. I want to make a dialogue out of this stuff. But yeah, definitely comment, like, subscribe. Let me know how you feel about this. I just think this is like the best place for him to go. I want to see John Wall back in the swing of things. Hopefully he can be as healthy as he was when he first entered those first few years before he started to get injured. So yeah, definitely. Let me know. Thanks for watching. Peace out!